I want to move on to Carlton because Caro broke the story late last week about Ross Lyon withdrawing. I think it was on Thursday. Hutchy, is it a bad thing, though, for the Blues that Ross Lyon isn't willing to put himself through a coaching process?
Well, no, but it's embarrassing because they took him down to the altar and then left him there and set up a process that looks very complicated and with some unusual appointments on it. I don't think it needs to be that complicated. In fact, if they want to get Alastair Clarkson, they might need to be creative and find a non-traditional way to do it and to give him what he wants, which is the time off to come back fresh. Here's how you'd go about it. If you were intent on getting Clarkson and not punting on a young coach, first of all, get Cook done. Get him in as CEO. If they're down the path on that, lock that over and give him the keys. Brian, it's your choice as coach and yours only. You don't need the committee. Kane Little, you're going to stay if you want to. You can be head of commercial. That's your absolute core strength. You're better at that than being a CEO. Go back and do that if you choose. Otherwise, we'll respect you if you want to move on. And then offer Clarkson the job from 23 onwards. Give him the 12 months off. Get us a senior assistant or an associate head coach, a 2IC if you like, who knows Alastair, who knows what he wants. And that guy could be Adam Uze at the Demons, who's coached under Alastair before, who's played with him and understands his philosophies and is a budding senior coach in his own right. And then some list management support as well to stiffen the football department. You don't need this coaching committee, Caro. I don't think it works. And I'm not sure it'll find the best coach anyway.
No, I think the Greg Williams role is certainly very perplexing. There's only one problem with your plan. I think that plan's been carried out at the Gold Coast. I think Gillon McLachlan is working on Alastair Clarkson as we speak and has been for some time to get him to the Gold Coast. And I think Stuart Dew will play that role, the Adam Uze role, next year. And by the way, I think Wayne Campbell will probably come in pretty soon and take over the footy operations job at the Gold Coast.
And what about Hutchy's first point? Is Brian Cook any chance to go to Carlton?
I'm less likely thinking that's going to happen now, Matthew, but I certainly think this is very tough on Kane Liddell. And a question was asked at the football club meeting last week in front of Kane Liddell about his position, and Kane himself said, oh, I understand that this has to happen, you know, when good people are in the market. Well, that's exactly what David Teague was asked. What a terrible way to treat your staff.
Yeah, I agree, Karen. And I want to ask you, Hutchy, though, if Clarkson's not interested, right, and he says even in 12 months, I'm not going to agree to that, how else does the club pick a coach?
Well, then you've got to go to the young coaches around the competition and try and find one of those. But is Alastair not interested at all, or is he just not interested right now? Like, what is the absolute downside of locking him in 12 months from now if he wants to do it then and you want him to do it then? The counter-argument to that is that it's a year lost, but it's not necessarily if there's a senior 2IC who understand what he wants. And it might just flush out him coming and bringing that forward anyway.
Well, I reckon the Gold Coast is probably more on the AFL's radar. I think there'd be a lot more money offering as well, and a more important job really for Alastair Clarkson.